We are visiting Worldwide Tech tonight. I am here with my good friend Sharp. Sharp, how are you?
We're doing okay. Been busy the last couple of days, but ready to call to action. And, well, we're going to get right into this thing. So,
Yeah, it looks like we are able to join. Sorry for the delay uh, for the start of this stream. There was a little bit of an update to PS4, so I was. This is my fault because I was a little bit late getting one, but we're just going to jump right into this. I believe they should be underway.
j- just getting underway here. Heredia was on the pole. He's got Speed Racer in the 54 running second right now. JoJo in the 13 is in third. You see McCard on the high side here. Trying to get by Hendrick Chase, who is running in the fifth position. It looks like the high line is going to prevail at the moment. McCard does make that high line work. He's up to fourth. Heredia will lead lap one.
And there you have it. Heredia is our leader, you know.
Oh, Hendrick Chase in the wall hard. Fifth place runner, and he just shot straight to the right. I don't know if that was some kind of lag issue on his end, but he lost a lot of ground and a lot of damage to that six car.
Yeah, well, I want to say heading into turn one, that wall sticks out a little bit, so he could have accidentally hit it under braking, and that would have caused his car to shoot.
That possibly could have been it. I mean, he didn't spin out, more. I think it was just one time he spun, so you could absolutely be right. It was just a safer Barry caught him at a bad angle and sent him around.
Yeah, it's going to take a little bit into this run for these drivers to really get comfortable with their cars. I mean, Gateway is a very difficult track. It looks simple on paper. Kind of looks like a bigger New Hampshire, but this track, it's proven pretty difficult. As we see a car head up into the fence, further on back into the pack. Not exactly sure which driver that is, but unfortunate.
That's a 98 car of Hoodcat 117, who looked like he got out of the groove just a little bit there. Doesn't appear like he caught any damage from that, so he'll continue on, but he did lose a lot of track position. And that's something I was going to touch base with you on, is that this track is very tough to pass at. It's very technical. Obviously, 1 and 2 varying differences from turns 3 and 4. So your passing opportunities are few and far between here. So you got to take advantage of them when you get them. And being out front is paramount to having a good race here.
Absolutely. Now, would you say it would be easier to pass on the high side or the low side?
I've always been the type of driver here at this track to be more. It takes more than just one lap to get a pass. You have to kind of get a feel for the track first and foremost. You have to see exactly what sort of line the driver in front of you is running. And I'm more of a maybe entering a little higher kind of driver and then shooting straight for the bottom, trying to carry some momentum off, get a straighter exit, have a little more momentum off the corner. So, as I mentioned, it takes more than one lap to set up a pass here.
Yeah. Yeah, so as you were saying, you'd probably opt for the diamond or late apex, as you would say, around this track.
Yeah. Yes, exactly, yeah. But, I mean, you can work both the high and low side here, but typically you see the bottom lane being slightly more dominant at times when it comes to making a pass, but it is very difficult to make those passes without running someone up the track out of the groove.
Definitely. And, although I didn't catch it, I would have said that these restarts, and it looks like they have got it figured out all the way through the pack, but these restarts are going to be interesting, heading into turn one, heavy braking. A lot of drivers don't have the same braking points. As we see, Speed kind of misses braking point right there.
Yeah, and that is one thing about 1 and 2, though, is that you can miss that groove a little bit. It is tough for the driver behind you to take advantage unless he's already entering into the corner side by side with you. 3 and 4 is the typical corner that you're going to see a lot of these passes being made. So as I mentioned, 1 and 2 more of a setup lane, unless someone absolutely misses their corner and you're able to take advantage of it. You saw how Speed went up the track, but he was able to recover his exit and kind of pinned JoJo to where that 13 could not make the pass there.
Absolutely. I mean,
so he's allowed Alex Heredia to be able to put a little bit of a gap now, and some of that pressure that Speed was trying to put on him, you know, kind of dissipates there. Now Heredia can focus on his line, be able to run kind of where he wants to now, and he's comfortably holding that lead right now.
Yeah, and I'm sure the 22 is out saving tires while the rest of the pack tries to catch him. You know, Heredia is historically really good at this track. I mean, he has one win in the Cup Series, that great photo finish in season 3 or 4 whenever we went here. That photo finish with AlwaysJokerr. So, you know, he definitely knows how to get around here. He probably is the favorite for tonight.
Oh, indeed, absolutely. I mean, you go to almost any given short track on the schedule, and Heredia has shown that he has the pace to get it done anywhere and everywhere that we go on a short track schedule. And I do believe he is hot seating for the Cup seat as well. So, I mean, Xfinity and Cup do handle somewhat differently, but at the same time, it's putting the laps down, kind of getting that warm up. This one, obviously, is for his individual points, team points. When it comes to Cup, you know, he's just driving for the victory, but at the same time trying to help out his team as a whole. So this is definitely, you know, an opportunity for him to kind of get in that rhythm, you know, kind of get ahead of whoever is in the Cup Series who may not have put laps down. And he's setting himself up for a good night already. I mean, he's obviously pulling away, staying, you know, well away from the 54 and the 13 right now.
Absolutely, and, you know, as you were saying, it is mostly about fundamentals at these odd shaped tracks or just short tracks in general. But, you know, another thing that you really have to focus on heading into one of these tracks is, you know, which corner do you pick to try to get the best out of your car? You know, what part of the track do you really try to set your car up for?
I mean, I'm a little bit further back in the field. You see the 9 and 18 side by side. I see the 18 right on the curve. That can get very tricky. These guys are about to go 3 wide here, and they are. The 15, the 20, the 9. Oh, the 9 gets put in the wall. Not exactly sure what happened there, but the 9 was running 4th. Now loses a ton of track position there. That was just a case of trying to go for the same real estate there, and unfortunately the 9 lost out on it.
Yeah, it almost didn't look. It almost looked like the 6 or the 15 didn't know that there was another driver there,
or didn't believe that the 9 still had enough momentum to be there on the outside. He thought it had gone down to 2 wide and was trying to maybe side draft, and just unfortunately the 9 got pinched into the wall.
Well, regardless, this 15 is moving through the field right now. I mean, we have seen Logan Aim be a competitor at these more driver-talented tracks, and you know, he's showing a solid running right now.
Yes, I mean, and he's already moved his way up to 5th spot. I mean, he started. He was in 7th, and he's working over this 18 of Team Titan for the 4th position right now. So, this strong car early on. Obviously, he's maybe a little bit too far back in the field to be able to get up to Heredia and maybe 2nd and 3rd. But look at this. He's using the high side here in 3 and 4. Not something you normally see. Loses a little bit of momentum here to the 18. I thought the 18 getting on the curve like he did, that he might have lost a little more momentum, but he was able to hold it and keep his position.
Yeah, and I'm really surprised the 15 wasn't able to grab that spot. Usually whenever you are door-to-door with someone on the high side usually does prevail, but he must have had to lift or something. This 15's trying to give the 18 the bumper.
Yeah, it's all about track position here. I mean, you have the track position from the start. You can get aggressive trying to make up spots. You get further back in the field, it was very tough to make up that ground. You see the 20 car here trying to dive to the inside of the 8. He is able to make up that spot. Look at Mason. He's making up that ground.
He used the bumper right there.
Yeah. This is a tougher track to make clean passes at. A lot of times you'll see these drivers typically have to use that bump and run.
The 8's gonna lose another spot.
I see the 68 moving past the 8 car right now.
Now that's
68, that's Sikkim. And he started pretty far back in the field, so he's moving his way up through this field pretty well. Masopes getting by the 15 of Logan Ames here, moved the 20 car up to 5th place.
Look at that, the 68 is trying to get around Logan Ames on the outside.
Got a great run coming out of turn 4, was able to hold his momentum. Oh, he went way up the track. He's going to have to chase it. And he lost a lot of momentum right there.
You know, honestly, he might have tried, or he might have tried to do that, but try to apex early and try to get as much of a run off to maybe get to the inside of the 15. It just didn't work out.
And you can see how the 20 was trying to work to the inside of the 18. That didn't work, and that may be the stage.
It does look like the stage.
All right. Unfortunately, at the moment, it doesn't appear so.
My best guess would be to check either Electric or Jackson. But if that is the stage, and I believe it is, that would mean Heredia does take stage 1.
Yeah, Electric does have a string up, so we're getting back on the green. JoJo in 2nd place with speed, losing the spot. He's going to slot into 3rd, so we're going to see how these restarts go down here coming into this corner, what JoJo is able to do.
We've seen all season, JoJo and Heredia are the 2 people to beat.
Yeah, successful restart for JoJo. He wasn't quite able to stay at Heredia's back bumper, as you can see speed trying to work to the inside right here. Doesn't quite have the grip necessary.
Looked like he got a little loose off the curb. Oh, and there's a gaggle of cars in the mid-pack.
Yeah, these guys are fighting for it right now. You got to get after it while you got fresh tires. I'm going to go muted here for a minute.
Yeah, this will be a good judgment on everyone's short run pace. It does look like Heredia is starting to pull away from JoJo. We know he has pace, but does anyone else on the field, did anyone make that right adjustment? As we see, 18 kind of misses breaking point right there. Holds on to the spot. Doesn't have very much any pressure. Go on board with the 9 of McCard, who's trying to work his way back up through the field after getting hit into the wall earlier in stage 1. 68 of Sikkim is really struggling right now. Really bad restart. I think he is going to hit that wall right there. As we see a battle for 2nd. Speed is trying to pull under the 13 to JoJo, but JoJo is defending right now. Here we go. We see the 20 of Masopes has worked his way up into 4th. We knew he had a fast car tonight. Now he's got track position. Let's see what he can do. Masopes is still looking for that first one in the season. You know, he spent half of the season in Cup, decided to come back down to Xfinity, is still playoff eligible, so long He makes all the races. Oh, and he's going to put a block on the 15 right there. That was close. I'm surprised the 15 didn't spin out right there. The track position is so important at this track. I mean, it like Sharp was saying earlier, it is super hard to pass here, and you know, sometimes you got to take a little bit of a strategy call to get up to the front, but not the story for Masopes. He has worked his way all the way through the pack. He is going to wrap that white line at the bottom. Take a look back through the field as we see Killer fighting off Sikkim right now. Killer not having the run that he wants, and Sickim's not going to help him right there. Sikkim into the grass. Killer's just going to give that spot up. Still gonna fight up here. Even further back into the pack, find the 98 of Hoodcat. Kinda logging laps back here. The 19 and the 4 right behind him. I believe the 5 of Fluffy Sacks, as we see rounding turn 4 in the back. I believe we have our 10th place runner right here. 10 DK 270 Kelvin. Trying to get around Jackson Altman. I believe he had just lost that spot to Jackson. But does look like Electric and Jackson are starting to find pace right here. Oh, and we do have a caution. Fortunately, Always Jake, in his first Xfinity start of the season, has lagged out. Not exactly sure who was the cause where that caught, and it does look like the 19 has
19 at Bush night.
Yeah, 19 has hit the wall badly. Alright, Sharp, we've basically got, I want to say, 10 laps onto the tires. What do you do here?
I'll keep it brief. I mean, at this point, tires are everything. I mean, some people might be able to go for a 2-tire strategy call, maybe try to take advantage of the fact that it's tough to pass, but 4 tires is going to trump 2 right here. I just don't see anybody really trying out any kind of strategy at the moment. I think 4 is the way to go.
Well, definitely would have been exciting, and as we see Heredia take the green flag again, has led every single lap of this race. And you know, Sharp, back to that point, I believe it would have been smart for at least one of these drivers to see what 2 tires really mattered against 4 on these restarts. Just for the sole fact that it could be used for later. I mean, as we saw at Bristol over the weekend, you know.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. I mean, at this point in the the race, for guys who maybe stage points aren't necessarily a factor in the point standings, this would have been a prime opportunity for them to at least kind of get some information, see how they would have held up with a couple laps on the tires. It's just that with a 3 times wear setting like this, I just don't know how well that would have worked out for those guys. I mean, it would have been worth a shot, but it would have been tough to make that work, especially with some of the stronger cars running up front, who may have been able to get right back by them.
Oh, and the 5 and the 6 are not happy with each other.
Yeah, it's getting pretty wild further back in the field.
Oh, 5 almost gets put up into the wall. Not exactly sure who that was, but tough battling in the back. You know, these drivers in the back, I mean, they got to be frustrated just because some of them have faster cars they just can't pass.
And that's what we gone to earlier. It's what we've been stressing about. Track position is the name of the game over here at Gateway. You have the track position, you're in good shape. But I mean, we've seen it. Even the guys running second, third, right behind already. They can't pass either. It's so tough to set a pass up. There's only a few cars I've seen who started kind of further towards the back of the field who have been able to work themselves up somewhat.
Yeah, and what we saw just now out of the 20, you know, the 20 missed his braking zone, but was able to climb the track and dime in the corner and get a run off. As he did that, the 15 tried to go under him and just didn't have the same drive off, and now we see the 8 going under the 15. You know, it is so tough to pass here, and I believe the 8 will probably get this spot. That is going to put...
Well, and he did a great job of not making contact with the 15. The 15 made it tough for him, not giving him a whole lot of room, but the 8, you know, that didn't put any extra pressure on. The 8 made a great job holding his line, was able to get by the 15, move the 8 up to the 5th spot. Now let's see if he can track down that 20 car.
Absolutely. Now, Sharp, did you ever happen to find a lap counter?
I had electric stream up, but right now it's buffering on my phone, so I do believe that may be the end of the stage right here. As soon as I can get his stream back up and running, then I'll get you that lap count. See exactly, you know, what we will be dealing with as the stage goes along.
I do believe that was stage 2's end, and Heredia is gonna sweep the stages. Surprise there. Heredia has led every lap tonight. I mean, if you're a Heredia fan, you are definitely liking what you're seeing, but I would not take my eye off the 54 and the 13 who have not left his back bumper that whole last stage. They could make it interesting right here. Back to green we go. Heredia is gonna lead them back to the start-finish line.
Yeah, man, as he has done all right long on every restart we've had. A little contact with the 54. The 13 makes some contact with the 54 as well. You know, it's just the cause of the 54 rushing up. Or 3 wide. We got the 15, the 20, the 54. Oh, and the 19's wrecking in the back.
All that bird's eye view.
19, the only car going around. No, that's a game caution.
That's a game caution. That's gonna spice things up.
Interesting.
What do you do here?
Oh, I mean, you ran what?
Half a lap.
Corners?
Yeah.
If that, yeah. Not even. You didn't even really get through turn 3 and 4. So, I mean, I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of different strategies that could be deployed right here. I mean, guys further on the field, what do you have to lose? If the guys up front don't pit, why not? You can pit, get that, I guess, extra lap, pressure tires, just a little bit extra fuel on the conservation mode. All the options are available right now. It does look like some trap position change. Speed Racer is back in row number 6 on the outside. He's restarting 12th here. So we got Logan Ames down low to the inside. We're 3 wide going into turn 1 here. Oh, Speed Racer throws it in there. He's going to pass the 98 and the 18. What a move.
And Sickham's going to hit the wall and exit, and there goes all of his momentum.
I don't see the 54 playing nice here. He's going to try to make up this trap position in a hurry.
6 up into the wall. He's just going to hold it there and let the field go by.
92-18, the 10, 3 wide. They do a good job not getting in the wall, but the 10 is not going to be happy with that move. But Speed Racer from 12th up to 7th already.
Definitely the restart that he needed, and I mean, I think we're seeing that.
13 getting shuffled out of the groove just a little bit. And he's got the 36 on the inside, the 8, the 68 side by side. The 54 right behind him. He's trying to make his way back up there. The 36 hard on the brake not to hit the 13. Does a good job keeping it off the 54. Little bit fresher tire, not much, but every little bit counts here at Gateway. And you see he's going to get around the 8 car of electric. Oh, you may try to split him.
Oh, this is going to be a beautiful move.
Oh no, the 54, what a save.
Wow.
He's not going to be happy about that though.
No.
That stalled all the momentum that he had.
Probably took a little bit of
by the 8 car.
Probably took a little bit of life out of his tires as well.
Yeah, trying to save it right there. You may have heated that right rear tire up, and that tire is extremely crucial at this track. And he is able right now to get deeper into the corner and allow these drivers. I tell you what, another driver to keep an eye on. Look who's in second.
Mason Pope.
He made it all the way up to the rear bumper of Heredia in turn 1. Couldn't quite keep the momentum through the center off on exit, but I tell you what, that 20 has worked his way all the way from the middle of the field up to the runner-up spot. And as you mentioned, playoff eligible as long as he makes the remainder of the races. And Mason has shown in the past he's good here at Gateway.
8's going to try to work around this 36, 54, Phillip Bay. Eight's gonna clear. 54 is gonna get under both of them. Oh, 3 wide. Who's gonna get the run?
I mean, speed has got to go right here. He's got to pick these guys off one at a time, or otherwise he's not going to have a chance. I mean, you can see the 36 trying to pin him as best he could. They're still 3 wide. 18 to 8 to 36. Oh, that's like... Speed is able to come out on top of that. Now he is up to 5th place after restarting 12th, but now he's got some ground to make up. Can he get there? I'm assuming they're still going to have a green flag pit stop here at some point.
Here we go, 3 wide again, McCard.
I tell you what, Mason is not allowing Heredia to get away. He's there. Whatever changes Mason has been making throughout this race, it's working.
Yeah, I mean,
higher line right there, maybe trying to get a little bit of an apex like we mentioned. Didn't quite pay off for him right there, but he didn't lose too much to him.
I think that's the line that he has to run just to stay with Heredia.
Heredia's been doing a really good job getting straight to the bottom, holding it down there. But Mason is not really losing that much time. Lost a little bit of ground there as I was speaking, but he's done a pretty exceptional job of keeping Heredia in his sights, not letting them build too big of a lead here. Keeping them honest, that's the main thing right now, because there's a pit stop. You want to keep Heredia as close as possible so you can gauge what kind of strategy you're doing.
And Mason's got the drafting help from JoJo and Sikkim behind him.
Yeah, that is one thing about this track. This draft, you know, you will get more to draft on the front stretch compared to the back stretch because of the difference in speeds. But whenever you do get that draft, it does allow you to kind of stay within range of the driver in front of you. Mason had a really good 3 and 4 there. All 3 of the drivers going ready. They're all nose to tail trying to stay with this 22 car. I mean, Heredia has had no trouble fending off the pack and taking the lead away from him. Ooh, Mason hit the curve just a little. Didn't really disrupt his pace too much. Run a little bit further back in the field. I was trying to check Speed Racer's progress. He caught the wall coming out of 2. That allowed the 8 car to get back by him. He just hasn't quite been able to make up that ground on the top 4. And unfortunately, he did catch the safety barrier a little bit. It allowed the 8 car to get back by him. JoJo looking under the 20 for second. not quite there.
I think if you're anywhere in this front four, you have to use a bumper just to pass. Now with the 13 trying to put a move on the 20, I mean, they lost a whole lot of ground, so we'll see if they have any speed to... Oh, and there goes the 20 up the track. 13 is going to take second place. Soap's back into fourth place. Now, what can the 13 do to pass this 22, or to catch this 22? And he gets through the entry of 3 so well. Does he have anything to gain off 4? Not a whole lot. The 22 is still your leader. And they are battling behind. Oh. JoJo's going to hit the wall off the exit of 2. This is going to put them 3 wide.
They are coming to 30 laps to go right here, I believe, and I mean, just a rough estimate, they're about 8 laps away from pit stop, so give or take, depending on if anyone is saving or pushing. So it's just all going to depend on if the tires are able to make an entire run. What are these guys going to do?
Well, I can tell you what Heredia was thinking. Oh, and JoJo's going to hit the wall again.
Twice now that we see that after the 68, gonna peek to the inside. JoJo driving in there, trying to stay side by side with him. But the 68 looks like he has the momentum. Mason trying to follow, couldn't quite get it to stick. Move the 68 up to second place. No, JoJo coming right back underneath. The 68 did a good job driving it in there.
That was a great move. Here comes the 20 with a better run than both of them. 20's going to try to regain second place. The more and more they keep fighting, the more and more that 22 pulls away. Oh, JoJo. Gonna come on the pit road. I don't know if that pit road entry is actually legal.
I don't know if he just got loose or something and decided to make a last-second entry on the pit road. That may be under review right there.
Yeah.
That was pretty questionable right there, but that would be unfortunate for JoJo. I don't believe that's exactly how he wanted to enter, but I could almost say it was circumstantial to an extent. We'll have to see if maybe he got hit and that forced him to go onto pit road. Well,
it seems to be alright because the 20, the league owner, has done it.
Is there something that we missed in the team driver meetings before this race started?
I guess, but I am baffled.
Yeah, I've never, personally never seen that happen before, so this is just going to be an interesting development. We're going to have to see, because I'm watching the 68 come on a pit road, and he used the access road.
Yeah. That's just general consensus, I feel like.
Yeah, I don't know how that ruling is going to go down, if that's a case of they'll take a point penalty for illegal use of pit road in order to gain track position. I don't know. I really don't know how to rule on that one. Well,
the penalty should be the same as entering the racetrack after pitting early, so be interesting to see. I mean, the 20 and the 13. And we have video evidence of both of them doing it. Does look like that.
It'll just we're just gonna have to see how that all plays out. I'm not sure. Here comes Heredia. He is using the access road.
Would be legal.
He gets on cleanly. Now to see if he doesn't speed. Remember, there's really no pit road line right here, so kind of hard to tell where your braking point's going to be.
Absolutely. Here comes the first driver not named Heredia to lead a lap, and that will be the 8 of Electric Days. Electric Days is the only other driver to lead a lap in this race.
And we'll have to see how close he is on fuel and tires. He may be coming down this time. Yep, here he comes to pit road. Does a heck of a job with his entry. Wow, he got down there very aggressively. Was able to hold it on the left-hand side. Now to get it rolled up. Looks like he was able to do it. Good job to the 8. Lap led.
I have personally not seen anyone else but the 13 and the 20 use that entry into pit road, so yeah, definitely spots in question right here.
Yeah, I'm not, like I said, I mean, I would have thought that was just general consensus, as you mentioned, that these guys would have to use the access road to get onto pit road, so it'd just be interesting to see how they rule on it.
The 18.
But in the meantime,
well, I did just catch. Sorry to cut you off, but I did just catch the 18 also missed that entry to the access road, but it wasn't as excessive as the 13 and 20. So you could, make an argument that he just overdrove it, but it was still very questionable. Still driving through the grass.
Absolutely. I mean, you see multiple drivers now merging up onto the track after their pit stops are done. Heredia still with a big lead over both the 20 and the 13 right here, regardless of the circumstances. So whatever they attempted to do to make up some ground, it just didn't quite work in their favor. And now Heredia is on, I believe, 2-lap fresher tires. Now, I don't know how close they're going to be on fuel. It's still going to be very close. Masopes is looking to the inside of JoJo right here. You got the 68 a little bit further back.
The 68 does have at least a lap fresher tires than these drivers.
That could come in handy for him. We'll just have to wait and see if he's able to make up any of that ground on him.
Now, I'm really surprised with the speed that Sikkim has really brought into this Xfinity race. We've seen him, obviously, in the Truck Series this season, has done a great job sitting, I believe, 4th or 5th in the standings, has done a great job all season, but, when we saw him race a little bit in Cup, we really never got to see this speed from him, so... definitely nice to see Sikkim battling up with some of the big dogs in this series.
Oh, without a doubt. And I mean, we've seen at times Sikkim has the pace to hang with him. We just had varying circumstances play against him when on the track. So tonight he has kept the car clean. He's kept himself in position all night long. He's done a great job holding himself within the top 5, battling with those 2nd and 3rd place drivers right now. He's really done a great job tonight, so it'll just be interesting to see what his game plan is as this stage unfolds. You see, he's been favoring that high side quite a bit. He's getting an apex, though, and then he's able to pick right back up to the 13 to 20 by the time they get to the next corner. I don't know if he's doing that maybe to try to be a little easier on his tires or whatnot, so just something to keep an eye on as his run goes along. 20 to 13 really chasing it up the track here.
Yeah, they're chasing the rabbit up there. I believe the 68 is, searching around the track for some speed that really hasn't been discovered, trying different lanes just to see if he can grab an edge as you see him bump the 13 up the track. Simple bump and run right there.
Yeah, not much harm or foul right there. That's just a little more of an annoyance to the driver that he passed, in this case JoJo. So I don't necessarily. He's under the curb. He's going for it right here. Oh, JoJo's
3 wide. Who's gonna give? Masopes has to.
Masopes is gonna give for the time being. 68 dives it in there, trying to stick with the 13. Little contact. Forces the 68 to get out of the gas. He didn't hit the wall. Wow. Great job, but he lost a ton of ground there. That may have been JoJo saying, hey, I didn't like the bump from earlier. This is to remind you, try not to make contact with me.
Well, not only that, Sikkim isn't racing for points right here, and these drivers are.
Especially Mason. He is trying to get as many points as he can, you know, short of potentially getting the win here. I'm not saying this race is over yet by any means. I mean, I just don't know yet if, you know, they still need to make another gas and go, a 2-tire stop toward the end, if somebody saved enough to be able to stretch it all the way. You know, a lot of different circumstances still in play.
And I believe the 68 had to do what he had to do right there to get around these drivers, because 68 has the freshest tires out of these 3. I just am not exactly sure if the 13 and 20 are spots to question right now.
So we are coming to 14 to go here. As we cross the line, this is 14 to go right here. So very interesting to see if people are going to be good on fuel, if they need to make a quick splash and go, what kind of circumstances are going to play out here.
And Heredia is about to reach lap traffic for the first time tonight. Will these drivers fight to stay on the lead lap, or will they just give it to them?
The field is pretty far spread out. I mean, we're seeing second, third, and fourth all tightly bunched up right here. But you look throughout the rest of the field, and there's really not too much battling going on at the moment.
Yeah, and I'm looking at speed. I believe he had a little bit of trouble on pit road, might have sped or something, but he's all the way behind the 6 and the 11. And's gonna hit the wall and exit. The 18 and the 8 are having a little bit of a battle right here. I believe the 18 has just now gotten around the 8 car, so good run for the 18 tonight. I believe we saw the few starts that he had from last season. I believe Tennessee Titan actually had a top 5 in last season's race at Gateway, and definitely showing that wasn't a fluke. Not a whole lot of battling. I mean, we see the 10 car try to go under the 36, a little bit of contact on exit. Gonna put them side by side. Ben's gonna grab the spot over the 36. Jackson Altman not having the best of days tonight. Gonna battle that 10 car again. 10 car's gonna try to cross over the 36 blocks. It is gonna remain the 36 spot as we head back up to our 2nd through 4th place runners. JoJo is still holding on to that 2nd place spot over Masopes.
Yeah, these guys have been going at it here for the past 10 or so laps here. Just haven't been able to shake off each other here. I mean, Heredia obviously has set sail here, just been able to cruise, run his own line, his own pace. So these guys are having to settle for fighting out for second.
And it has now been announced Heredia's car is going to the R&D center.
Further inspection necessary.
Yeah. Yeah, he is a full straightaway ahead of this 13 car. You know, you gotta wonder if you're one of these drivers sitting right here, it could have been different. They were running the same pace.
Oh, JoJo at the pit road. He gets onto the access road this time. He misses it a little bit. He's in the grass. Oh, contact.
Ooh. Sikkim.
That got interesting.
Sikkim either followed him on there or... Not exactly sure what happened. I didn't get a good view. As we see masopes stay on the track for one more lap. Get back up with our...
is taking 6 to go right here, so does Heredia have to make a pit stop here?
I believe that he is going to make it.
I thought for a second he might have been signaling, but he is staying on the track again, so he's going to be taking 5 to go here.
Heredia, all by his lonesome, has dominated this race. I mean, we really can't say enough good about this driver. He is incredible in anything that he touches.
That's absolutely the truth. I mean, we've seen it. I mean, just all-around driver, every single track we go to, he's showing great pace everywhere.
And he's about to cap off on his 4th victory, so long he can make it around a couple more times.
Oh, he dipped down low. He's coming to the pits. Oh, a big decisive moment. He's in the grass.
Just gotta make sure to not speed right here. It does look like he does get woed down. He has a sizable gap. Just make sure he doesn't speed right here. Does anyone stay on the track?
So that was coming. He's taking 3 to go right here. I am watching Electric Stream right now.
Hennessy Titan. Yep.
Tennessee Titan and Electric Nose to Tail are still on the track here. They're going to inherit the lead.
I do believe they pit after Heredia.
They did. They may be good on fuel, may be good on tires. Team Titan in the lead.
Does he have enough?
This is 2 laps to go right here.
How's Electric's fuel looking?
I believe Electric is good on fuel.
Will the tires last?
Fuel. Will the tires hold on? He's very close. He's got to be close.
Oh, this is going to come down to the final corner. Look at that. Logan Ames sitting in 3rd.
This is it. This is the white flag.
Let's see if they can make it one more time around. Tennessee Titan looking for his first win in the Xfinity Series. Here comes Electric looking under him. Nothing there. Down the backstretch for the final time. Tennessee Titan. Oh, and Electric's gonna send him up the track. Electric's gonna wreck himself.
Electric blew a tire. Tennessee Titan.
Tennessee Titan's gonna come off 4, and he is gonna win at Gateway.
He's gonna win at Worldwide Technology. Wow.
Wow.
Electric trying to nurse this thing home to the finish line. He's in the wall.
Wow.
He got across. I don't know. He's, according to the string, third at the moment.
Tennessee Titan has just locked himself into the playoffs.
Tennessee Titan, Logan Ames Electric, Heredia in fourth. Hoodcat comes home fifth. Unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
What a major turn of events.
What a last-ditch effort from Electric. I thought it was going to be dirty, but you know, after he blew the tire, I realized that was just his last effort. Yo, let's try to get these two up into the booth.
Absolutely. I mean, what an absolute perfect call by Tennessee Titan to be able to get it done.
Absolutely.
Oh, and I will just say that he is absolutely hyped right now.
Yeah. No.
I mean, I can't wait to have him in the booth. I don't have him as a friend, unfortunately. So
search his name.
Don't
Also, who did finish second?
Logan Ames finished in second. Electric did indeed hold on to third. So
great run.
Top three in here, or?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yes. That was, man. Gateway produces some exciting finishes. You know, for most of the race, we just thought Heredia was going to walk away with this, but you know, he comes down pit road, doesn't have the amount of fuel needed to win this race. And then it sends it back to the 18 and the 8. I mean, wow. And no surprise there, Heredia is going to clock fastest lap of the race. But wow, Tennessee Titan. He's going to get his first win in Hennessy ever. Any luck on adding those guys, Sharp?
What's up, y'all?
I got Electric in here. Like I said, I don't have the other two as PSN friends, so. And for whatever right, it's different on the PS5, unfortunately, to add people.
Well, I will try to add these guys as well. And we are looking for Logan Aim and Tennessee Titan for light. I have added our race winner. Now we're going to try to get Logan Aim in as well. Just give me a second. Trying to get Logan. Logan is invited to the party. It does look like we do have our race winner, Tennessee Titan for life. He is going to bring it home tonight, and he is going to lock himself into these playoffs. Tennessee Titan, how are you feeling?
Woo! Let's fucking go. Finally in here. Finally. I'm speechless. I can't believe it finally happened.
Well, you know, it was definitely an exciting one. I really didn't think anyone was going to have the amount of fuel to win this race. and beat out Heredia, but you know, you proved me wrong.
Yeah, when that last caution came out, I had a top five car all night, and when that last caution came out, I knew like something. I was gonna do something different to get in front of that 22 for sure. And I was doing the numbers in my head, and I'm like, it'll be close. I could maybe make another stop. So I went down, filled it up, took two tires, keep some track position, and just kind of held on. And then I thought for sure it'd be another caution. The whole time in the chat, I'm like, there's gonna be another caution. I'm not even worried about it. Because I had put a setup in to make sure I could make it on tires and make it on fuel. I just had to have it go green, and it did for once in here. So grateful, grateful.
Green it did go. I mean, what confidence does this give you heading into the postseason? You know, first ever postseason appearance. You know, what is your expectations?
Oh, it's huge. Like I joined last season by halfway through and almost made it, just ran out of races. This season came in with some momentum and really had a slow start. Had some bad luck. Just wasn't really getting the finishes I probably deserved. And then about 3 weeks ago, that started to change. I finally started running up front again. And you run up front, you can. That's how you get the wins, is just being up there, and that's what happened tonight.
Absolutely.
Huge momentum for the playoffs. To answer your question, it's huge momentum. I finally got that monkey off the back of 0 wins. And now I don't have to stress. I've made the playoffs. I was trying to, catch up to that gap, but now I'm not gonna worry about that anymore. So I can just focus on driving quick and hopefully building on this momentum.
Absolutely. And definitely congrats on your first win ever in HPRL. I mean, it has definitely been long awaited. You've shown speed from last season whenever you joined into this season and all night. It definitely looked like you had a car to beat as well. Sharp, do you have anything for our race winner?
First, a little joke. $5 for the swear jar for you there to open up your speech. I'm just kidding. Congratulations on the win, bro. It was a hell of a strategy call. I mean, coming down to those final couple of laps there. I mean, obviously you got Electric, who's he's won already this season. You know, he's looking for more playoff points as well. So he's pulling the same strategy as you. Was there, what was going through your mind, knowing you potentially had to hold him off, had his tire, and made it the whole way?
Like, well, when I pitted and came out, I knew the situation, all the cars in front of me, and he was the only one I thought had a shot because he pitted one lap before me. But I knew he had to save a lap of fuel and a bit of tires. So that's how I was able to really catch him down. Is I was back by 3-4 seconds when I came out there to him and caught him down and passed him. But then he just kind of sat behind me, and I knew it was going to come down to something crazy. I was hoping with me racing him as clean as possible, he would do the same. That didn't really happen, but thankfully. We held on and got that win.
No doubt. I mean, like I said, it was a heck of a call on your end. So congratulations on getting that done. And only other thing I would have is, well, being you are locked in, you say now the monkey's off your back, you've broken the ice, you're solidly in the playoffs now with the final races left in the regular season. I mean, how much of this momentum is going to go into possibly securing maybe another win or two?
Well, like I said before, it's going to be huge because now, I always tell people the first one is the hardest, no matter what league or what series you're doing. When you get into the league and start going, that first win always seems to be the hardest. Once you get that one, you can start racking them off. So I'm hoping I can, be in here again this season with you guys, hopefully celebrating another win. But for now, I'm going to enjoy this one. Shout out to masopes for believing in me, and glad I can bring JGR a win and a playoff spot.
Absolutely, my man. Well, congratulations and celebrate that win.
Thank you.
Now we are gonna head over to, I believe Logan Aim never. Oh, Logan Aim actually is in here. So we are gonna pan to our second place finisher for tonight. Logan Aim, how are you? Now we saw you kind of run sort of mid-pack tonight, but you pulled off the strategy that almost won you the race. Second place is always nice as well, and with you close to the cut line, definitely benefits you a lot. What kind of momentum does this give you heading into next week? You come off a second place run, you're up in the booth, you're having a good time. So, what are your expectations heading into right before the postseason? Absolutely, and the 15 has really turned it up in this second part of the regular season. It's been fun to watch you. A couple of races. I've really noticed that you've had the speed to win these races. Uh, you know, what track before the playoffs or in the playoffs are you really looking at to get that monkey off your back? Definitely interesting. Sharp, do you have anything for our second place finisher?
I mean, we saw Logan, running up front at times, and you got shuffled a little bit, but you never really gave up on the race itself. So I mean, heck of an effort on your part. So what does coming up runner up and on a night where you might have maybe finished a little bit lower, you were able to overcome the strategy of others to be able to get that finish. So what does this carry for you going on into the next couple of races? Mm.
Well, definitely a great run tonight for the 15 car. We are going to pan over to our third place finisher, Electric. How are you?
Depressed.
I kind of had a feeling you would have that emotion. Take us through that last lap. What was really going through your mind with the tire almost blowing, and what was your kind of strategy? Were you going to try to, we saw what happened. What was your thinking?
Well, easily looking at the top three, looking at the top four. We seen them four was battling. Me and the team was talking over save fuel because I could easily do that here at the track. Save tire. I just couldn't do that at the end, but I I feel like at the start when I let Teen Titan pass, I felt like I shouldn't have. There, I felt like I should have held them off, still saved my tire, and possibly it would have been a different outcome. But all we do is just push on to Michigan with the pieces that I just absolutely killed. I mean, with third place, I just take it and move on.
Absolutely, Sharp. Do you have anything for Electric?
No real questions for Electric. Just a good job. I felt like it was the right strategy call. We were keeping an eye on you and Tennessee Titan there. And I mean, despite coming up just a little bit short, I mean, still a heck of a run. So good job on getting the P3. And I mean, like Brody and I mentioned, you were right there at the end. So definitely a great call on your part.
Thanks, appreciate it.
That does look like it's going to end our time for tonight from Gateway. I mean, we saw a hell of a race tonight. Sorry for the language, but it really was. We saw Heredia basically dominate this whole race, and none of us really thought that anyone could pull off the strategy to save fuel and tires, let alone. But we see the 18 and almost the 8 do it. But the 18 is going to walk away with his first win tonight. Sharp, do you have any final words for tonight?
I mean, as we mentioned, track position was pretty critical to everyone's success tonight. I think the guys did put on a pretty good show, kept the contact to a minimum, and I mean, just a heck of an effort by Tennessee Titan, coming through with the strategy call. So big props to him.
Yeah, that'll be it for tonight's running at Gateway. believe next week we will be at, I believe, Michigan. So definitely tune in next week and don't go anywhere. We got some cup racing from Gateway as well right after this. So stay tuned and we'll see you next week.